Hey, it's Chris. Yeah, I know my face is just fat. Shave the beard down, you can really see how fat it is right now. But um, yeah, uh, I'm headed to go play, run around circles, try and lose some of this fat. But I don't have a whole lot of great dad thoughts. But drove down Meadow today, which is basically my city's Christmas tree lane, which brings back memories of my kids. And so far I've been trying to share that with my grandbaby, and it's just not working out real well. First year we went, she was sick and little. Then last year, I think she was with her dad, so I'm hoping this year we will pick a day where she's a little bit taller, she can see everything out the windows, and she'll really enjoy it. But yeah, that's just another one of those fun holiday things to do with your kids, make some memories. Go see some Christmas lights. Other than gas money, it's usually pretty free and enjoyable for everybody. Leads me to something totally off topic. My kids are grown. Usually buy gifts every year. This will be the first year that we have decided that as a family, we are going to do like a white elephant gift type party and just spend more money on, the same amount of money on food and drinks and having a good time, and not just empty our pocketbooks buying gifts for everybody in the family, all the adults, is what I'm saying. We are buying for the youngest grandbabies only, and then everything else is going to be a white elephant gift, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna take some pressure off of trying to buy the right thing for the right person, and unfortunately you're always going to have, am I being fair? Did I buy the same amount for my parents as I did my wife's parents? Or did I buy too much for my wife's parents and now my mom or my dad might not have the same effect? Or did I buy too much for one kid, not the other? And those are really silly things, but they're things to consider. I have always tried to split things right down the middle, to be fair, dollar-wise. If I spend $100 on one child, I spend $100 on the other two children. It's just what I try and do. Now, I realized that some of the gifts, the dollar amount doesn't quite equal the joy. So one person's gift might be $100, where the other one's $50 gift gives them twice the satisfaction or sentiment. Maybe there's more sentiment. So I understand that, but it's still something that I have to try and do. Just me personally, I try and keep it pretty fair. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going full extreme Harry Potter's, cousin or anything, where he got 26 gifts last year, and this year there's only 25 or whatever the number was. I used to know this. I used to know exactly how many gifts he said, but that's just the kind of nerd I am. Yeah, Harry Potter is one of my go-tos. Yeah, so I'm not going that extreme on the kids, but that's how I always was. But this year, they are 26, 29, and 31, I believe. I'm within a year or two of the older two. I know the youngest one is 26, without a doubt. So, we do things for the kids throughout the years. Not so much for my son. He hasn't come around too much lately. But, if they call, they need something, they want something, they're in town, we do dinners. I randomly will send my daughter, $20-$30 and say, hey, don't forget Bagel Sunday, because that was our deal. We used to do Bagel Sundays when she was little. Just staying in touch. Venmo's great. She's states away. I can Venmo her money instantly with a little note. But we still do things like that. This year, we're not going to go full blown. which is going to be really nice to enjoy each other and enjoy our time together, eat, relax, not have all the pressure. We're going to have more of a game, doing the whole white elephant thing, people grabbing things and trading and, stealing them from other people. It's going to be kind of fun, and it's going to relieve a lot of pressure. I think it'll just be a good deal. It is going to be a little sad seeing the tree look a little bare underneath. You figure there's going to be a bunch of gifts for the baby, and not much else. I will still buy a gift for my wife. Not because I need to, because I need to. It's just who I am. I need to buy a gift for my wife. It's not because she needs me to. That's what I'm trying to say. But if I asked her directly, she would probably say she needs me to because she likes gifts. But I will buy a gift for my wife because I need to be able to give her something that I think she will want and need. But other than that, we are not buying for the parents. They're not buying for us. We're not doing stockings for everybody. We're going to do a stocking for Brooke and Penelope because, that's the baby, Penelope. They live in our house, and, I will still do something for Megan and the baby that's coming. It'll be a gift that's sent to them, but overall, it's not going to be like Christmas past, where we just set dollar amounts and we buy equal for both, whether my wife spends $100 and I spend $100 on each child, or whatever the case may be, which I know that sounds silly too. That probably sounds really silly. Why aren't you two going shopping together? Or why doesn't the gift have both your names on it? We still do. Sometimes we do, put both of our names on a gift, but we also both really appreciate and enjoy buying gifts for our children. And so I will buy something, my wife will buy something, and you can tell who it came from. The kids can, for sure, but my wife listens all year long, so she will have gifts that you talked about last year, and she will have those things, little things, big things. She's on it. You talked about it, she remembers it. Where me, I'm supplying you with a gift card so you can get your oil changed. Things I know you're not going to do on your own. Things I know you need because I'm a dad and I want your car to be safe. Things that, you're going to appreciate, you're going to use, but when it comes down to it, you to pick something totally different. I'm going to pick out the gas cards, the food cards, and little stuff like that young kids need. Okay, young adults need. That's what I keep missing out on there. Young adults usually, need food. They need gas cards. They need their oil changed. Those are the dad things I'm gonna buy. And of course I'll buy something silly for my daughter. Just because we have that common link. But those are my ramblings. Those are my dad thoughts for today, talking about Christmas. I'm looking forward to having some fun with the family, laughing, stealing gifts. But it is going to be a little barren underneath the tree, a little sad in that factor. My wife builds a beautiful tree, which is a point of both joy and contention at the same time. I have hundreds of dollars in Hallmark ornaments that my mother collects and has given me throughout the year, different ornaments of my own. Well, my wife's tree is completely dessert. There's nothing else on it but desserts. So, with that in mind, I'm trying to park here. with that in mind, none of my ornaments go on the big tree. And it's okay though. I have a smaller tree upstairs that sometimes I'll put together, and I might do it again this year so the grandbaby can help me decorate it. But yeah, that sounds pretentious. We have a small tree upstairs. Well, we have a small house, split stories. We have a nice house. We like our house, but the tree was from my apartment. It's left over, a little bitty thing before we got married. We still have it. So I'll decorate it with the Hallmark ornaments upstairs just for fun. My wife's tree, though, is going to be big, grand, gorgeous. We haven't decorated. We did put it up early. Usually my thing is Thanksgiving, no sooner than Thanksgiving. But we also have an 8-month-old puppy that we're worried is going to knock the tree down. So we put it up early to get her used to it and see how that goes. Our husky used to try and steal ornaments off the bottom. It's my wife's fault. They look like dessert. The husky wanted a dessert. So, yeah, that's it. I'm doing my thing. I'm rambling on and on and on in circles. It's time to go play some racquetball and have a good time. You have a good day. Love your kids. Squeeze them tight.